sunshine into your life. Let the sunshine in when it's very bright. Without the warmth, no one needs the cold. We got to give thanks and praises to the one who made it this way. Oh, let the sun shine in. Woo! Let the sun shine in. Let the sun shine in. It's a beautiful day. Let the sun shine in. To be alive. In the evening, when the sun is going down. Thank you for your patience. Look on the hillside. I had some weird black screen going on my laptop. But we good. And we back. It's been a while. Just give me a minute. In the evening, the night people's coming out. The light of the moonlight is what they really enjoy. Without the warmth, no one needs the cold. We got to give thanks and praises to the one who made us this way. Oh, let the sun shine. Oh, Lord, let the sun shine. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine. Oh, Lord, let the sun shine. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine. All right, let's go ahead and get this show started. I think I should remind everybody about what a shot of love actually is. I'll play the video. How about that? My infomercial, as it's been called. Let's go. Peace, world peace. I am Goddess Dawn, and this is a shot of love. Welcome. Here on A Shot of Love, breath work is a priority. These conscious breaths are what I call mindful breathing. It's when you really pay attention to your breaths, conscious breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, cleansing and clearing energy. You start your day with gratitude and incorporate mindful breathing meditation. You clear your mind, you refocus, and you're able to make great decisions. As we all know, life is filled with challenges, so to have a clear mind and the ability to make better decisions will definitely take us to a better path. When you're on this better path, you're going to find yourself in better situations, amongst better company, and with a better life. And that, my friends, is what you call winning. Now go make it happen. Come and get your shot of love on Sundays on YouTube at Goddess Dawn Speaks. See you there. One love. Peace. And here we are on a Sunday. Peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. I am Goddess Dawn, coming to you live on this blessed Sunday. Here to remind you of who you truly are and about your birthright. The power and the magic that is within you is ready to be activated. Yep, or reactivated. Your awakening or reawakening is here. Let's say hi to the chat before I get into it. What's up, love warrior? Yes, Chrissy Power, Wow Wayne, thank you so much for showing up. Beautiful spirit. Yes, peace and love to you too. Thank you for being here. Hey, Michelle Hurd. Yes, Love to you and Simir and Riley. Hi. Hi to the family. You enjoy your week also and stay safe, everyone, for that matter. You're still waiting on your granddaughter. Oh, it's a blessed gift. You're so blessed. People think money is the blessing, but it's really love. There's nothing wrong with having it all, though, and you can. And that's what a shot of love is all about. Recognizing your true potential, knowing that you probably aren't giving it everything, meaning from the energetic level of yourself all the way out to the physical world. There's a lot inside of us that we don't even understand or truly know, but it's definitely life-changing if you apply it. So let's talk about that magic and that power that is within and ready to be activated. Again, it's a birthright, God-given. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of A Shot of Love. Tonight, I actually want to talk about the demise of Migos group member and, a person all around. Takeoff, government name Kirshnik Kari Ball. He was gunned down in a bowling alley in Houston, Texas. Let me put his picture up. We talked about him in last night. If you missed that, it's in the archives. And I didn't mention this last night, but we also lost Aaron Carter. I don't know if you guys remember Aaron Carter. His brother, you may remember him, Nick Carter, was a part of the Backstreet Boys, right? And he's Nick's younger brother. Well, he was found deceased in a bathtub, I think yesterday or the day before. So condolences to his family and loved ones as well. May his soul rest in peace. But we're talking about Takeoff tonight. Now, as I mentioned, Takeoff was gunned down in a bowling alley in Houston, Texas. This happened, technically it was November 1st, but it was really still Halloween. It was 1 a.m. The night was still going with the party. The event was a private birthday party for Jazz Prince Jr., son of the infamous Jazz Prince, founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, known to the streets as a man who is not to be played with. Some say Jazz Prince Jr. has been living off of his daddy's name and reputation, that he has legal problems and has had legal problems also in the past, and known to the streets to be trouble. But back to Takeoff, witnesses have reportedly said that Takeoff, that is, was quiet and he was chill that night as his uncle and groupmate Quavo gambled with other party guests. That dice game is said to have been the start of an argument that went on to basketball, and then fists were thrown, and then ultimately gunshots were fired, leading to Takeoff's untimely death at 28 years old. Definitely condolences to his family, loved ones, friends, and really to all of us, as he was a huge cultural impact as a part of the group Migos. Like them or not, they had a big effect on the culture. King Marcus, good to see you. You lost your adopted mother last Sunday, Michelle. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences to you and your family. And surely she is in a better place. I always like to believe that as we do return home to God, I believe, spirit-wise, at least until we decide to come back. But, or whoever decides. I don't know how it works. I don't want to lie. But back to Takeoff, condolences again to his family, loved ones, and friends. Losing someone who was murdered by gun violence is very traumatic. And I know this from personal experience. The grieving process is long and it's arduous, but healing can be achieved in time. The dark energy that may linger following a loved one's sudden death can become problematic if you allow it to drive you back into the darkness with it. That's what they want. They want to take some prisoners back with them. So, they do take prisoners. So be aware. In this case, Takeoff's large cultural impact, the dark energies that have shown up are still at work, affect a much larger group of people. Protection is key. Prayer, positive thoughts, meditation, more positive thoughts. Mindset is important. Having a strong mindset will keep you from being swept into the tide and being carried to the dark side. Being activated, tapped in, connected to your higher self, who resides within your inner world. This is what we call our best self. And when we act, and we activate, and we act upon those energies, we are open to and allowing ourselves to be guided by spirit. Spirit, when we are activated, will lead us to the best of people, places, and circumstances. So an early death is not on that list. Your awareness is up when you're tapped in. Your third eye is open, and you're really able to discern, who and what you're around. Your instincts, your intuition are very strong. You know very much who and what are best for you at any given moment. And in the same breath, who and what are not best for you in any given moment. No, there's a YouTuber. I was listening to some things earlier, and they were describing, a lot of witnesses are coming out and speaking. If you saw any of the video from the event, there were a lot of people there with their phones out. Now, there has been people coming out to say that during that night, that Takeoff was very much disengaged. They described him as being there, but not there at the same time. Even drinking from an empty glass. People say he was ready to go, or that he might have already been gone, spirit-wise. Now, I don't know. Obviously, there's no proof of this. I'm only speaking on this because I have, learned by research, reading, listening to different people's accounts and things like that of people not really being in their body. This is why your body is susceptible to, you could call it a takeover. And this is why when you're drunk or high, or people who drink a lot or get high to the point where their body becomes susceptible to a spiritual takeover. Another spiritual entity can literally take your body over. So when you see people who get high and drunk and then don't act themselves, they seem to be a whole other person. Well, they probably are. But back to Takeoff in this situation. There's lessons in everything. And in this situation, there are lessons. You want to really be mentally checked in, mentally aware, being mindful of your surroundings, of your energy level, of your vibe. You should be doing vibe checks throughout the day. You want to keep your vibe as high as possible. It's like a repellent to these dark energies. They are attracted to the light because they want to take it over. But when it comes to vibration, they can't handle the high vibes. The high vibes will shake them off. So yeah, this is where you want to be mentally the majority of the day. You want to be conscious. And to be conscious is a conscious effort. It does get easier in time. Just like healing from grief, it takes time. But it's the part about the mindful for me. Once you master that, you have the answers, like Sway. You're like like Flint. You're in it to win it, Yeah. Speaking of being in it to win it, dollar Powerball is still rolling. It's rolling over to tomorrow's game. Yeah, I'm talking about gambling. But I just like to encourage people to at least get you a quick pick. You never know. You never know. And you can't win it unless you're in it. It is a game changer. The same as being checked in, tapped in, activated, conscious, mindful of your inner spirit. That's being in it to win it. Being in the game to win, not just play. Michelle says, stop arguing with people. It's not worth it. Yeah. They did say that there was an argument between Quavo, Takeoff's uncle, and bandmate, and Jazz Prince Jr. at some point, whether it was earlier, whether it was during the situation, the gambling, but either way it goes, Quavo has a reputation for being cocky, being arrogant, as does Jazz Prince Jr. So it seems that those two didn't really mix, in my opinion. Yes, put down the guns and pick up the Bible. Definitely be connected to your maker. Yeah. We want to basically be living with the divine, not in ignorance of it. And believe me, the divine will pay you back in kind. When you recognize God, God recognizes you. That's how that works. There's a lot to this, but it's really important to understand you ultimately are in charge of your own situation. You are the one that makes the choices to go places and to be with certain people and things of that nature. And if you're a parent of minor children, you want to also use that, exercise that authority in using also spirit in helping to have guidance with your role as a parent or guardian. It's a very important role. We're building societies, these generations that continue to roll over into earth are major players when it comes to the shaping of society. Okay, we're definitely in a time where it's fight or be killed, fight or die right now. That's why your voting is very important. Voting for the right people. Hopefully, it works out, because they tell us what they tell us, but then when they get into office, that's when we really find out what's real. But we really want to just use all the tools and resources you have at hand to make the best decision possible. But definitely take action. Don't just sit around. You have the authority over your life. And as a collective, we can actually make changes. See, it's rumors of Quavo and Offset being sore losers in dice games and Quavo popping off. Yeah, I haven't heard about Offset being a sore loser, but definitely Quavo. And unfortunately, Offset has been, I guess, on the outs with Quavo and Takeoff. So hopefully he has actually had conversations with Takeoff prior to his death. I'm sure he's regretful, if not. And that's why, when you're family and there's real love there, sometimes somebody has to be the bigger person. And it's definitely important to forgiving others is really important, because when you don't forgive, it's a burden that you also carry. And who needs an extra burden? I know I don't. So with that said, as we tend to do here, let's breathe a little bit together. Some mindful breathing. Yeah, help us really connect, tap into spirit. When I say tap into spirit, you have to understand that the unseen world, there's a lot happening. Everything that happens in the physical world, in your life, in everyone's life, happens in the unseen world first. And you have the ability to go into that unseen world and actually, I don't want to say manipulate, but have a hand in what happens in your own physical world. You're not just here, just a victim of the world. You're actually a boss. And that is exactly what needs to be recognized. So close your eyes and get comfortable if you can. If you're driving, obviously do not, but just listen. We're going to breathe in through the nose and mindfully, a little deeper than usual, and then out through the mouth. And as you breathe in again through the nose, I want you to take a pause in between your inhale and your exhale. Pause for about 4 seconds or 4 counts. Count to 4. And then let it out. Breathe in deeper with each breath. We're clearing out energies, unwanted energies, unaligned energies. Let them all go. We're forgiving too in this moment. If someone is in your life currently where you have had a disagreement with, or it could even be a silent situation where, in your mind, you're like, I'm done with this person, or I'm sick of this person, or whatever that might be. Energetically, you want to forgive. It doesn't mean you have to engage with them. You can do these things in spirit, in meditation. As you're doing this breathing, you can literally just think of the person and see the words forgiveness. And then let them go. See them float away. It's just simply that easy. You can also, as you're taking these breaths with your eyes closed and letting go of all the negativity that you've carried around with you, let go of it. As you exhale, release, release, release. And as you're doing this, you're connected to the divine within, the true creator, the true source. All of your guides, your angels, your ancestors. Everyone's getting this breath of fresh air. Deep breathing is good for the soul as well as the body. Lots of healing properties in the breath. Mindful breathing has saved lives, changed lives. Yes, we want to lead with love. We definitely need to be loving on each other. Not holding on to grudges. Of course, things are going to happen in life day to day. We're going to get upset. We're going to be sad. We're going to grieve. We're going to all kinds of things that don't align with high vibes. However, the trick is to move through it and not carry it with you. You start carrying those things with you, you become very heavy and bogged down. That leads to depression. Depression causes procrastination and paralyzation, not taking action on things that need to be handled, which then will cause a collapse. We really want to keep up with life, okay? And with that being said, you need to be conscious and mindful that you're never alone. You're never alone. You have guides that care about you, that are there for you every single day. Stay tapped in to your higher self, who's been waiting for you. Some of y'all, your souls have been waiting for this reawakening for lifetimes. When your soul is awakened, you got to keep the party going, because its soul will go back to sleep. You got to keep the party going with mindfulness, with just remembering, tapping in with this meditation, taking these deep breaths, being thankful. I want you to see the words thankful big and bold, or the words thank you, actually, big and bold. Feel the gratitude that you have for this life, for these breaths. Everyone has their day, but today's not the day. I think I was starting to tell a story about a YouTuber saying that, I didn't finish, but this YouTuber is saying that Takeoff, that death was not a bad thing, and that Takeoff was actually ready to go. And this was when I was saying that they said Takeoff was really not in his body, just kind of moving, but not really there. And with that said, when you're alive in this life, you don't want to take advantage of the time here. You don't want to move like you're not really in your body. You want to be connected. You want to be conscious and mindful. So every day when you wake up, take these deep breaths. Just take a few minutes to be thankful. Take a few minutes to just connect and activate so you can be your best self as you set out for the day, whatever that is. Even if you're in the house working or whatever it is you're doing, still do these things. Do not take life for granted. We don't have forever. We came here with a mission. Where are you at with that? Check in with yourself and find out. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and check out of this live stream, but I do appreciate you being here, getting this shot of love on this beautiful Sunday night. Those of you who are here in the replay, I appreciate you also. I want you to, and all I want to do is say thank you to the couple of y'all sent me some donations while I've been on my hiatus. I appreciate that very much. It's very encouraging for me to come back. Make sure you join the member channel if you haven't done so. I'll be doing more lives back there. There are a couple lives that are there from recent, so you can catch up with me there also. And yeah, just take care of yourself. Stay in the highest vibe that you can when you're able to. If you get stuck in that depressive mode, when you just take these deep breaths and just become one with yourself, it'll lighten up. You allow the sunshine to show up inside of you. Believe that. Keep your faith. Thank you again. Much love. Protect your peace. Till next time, y'all. Peace.